Hi folks, 007 Automag here. This is my brand new lead LoadMaster 45 ACP kit. Beautiful mechanism, love everything about it. Does have one little bitty issue that I will be covering later on. But this is just a brief video of what I intend to do. I'm going to cover a lot of things that are on the bench here. I'm going to cover the gun that I'm using, which is a black powder with a conversion cylinder in it that allows you to shoot 45 ACPs and a 44 caliber black powder. I'm going to cover the loading unit that I was hand loader that I was previously using, which was slow. I'm going to cover the lubes and gun oils that I use on all my guns and why. I'm going to cover the lubrication of the lead LoadMaster. I'm going to go over the types of gunpowder I'm using and why. I'm going to go over loading the shells and the volume of the gunpowder I'm using, or weight. We're going to be going over scales. I've been a real big fan of digital scales, but I've recently run into issues with all of the scales, depending on what type of weather you're dealing with or things like that, or battery power and the shut off, and they're just kind of a pain. And I dealt with that for years, but I've often looked on the internet and I found people saying that the balance beam scales were slow and inaccurate and all this other stuff. I find that totally to be the opposite. We're going to go over scales. We're going to go over the balance beam scales, how they function and why. I want to go over the loads that I'm using for the gun. I'm going to go over volume versus weight when it comes to the load. And I'm going to go over the setup of this and cleaning and reloading your brass. I'm going to go over a lot of things. So be looking for some new videos coming from 007 Automag.